Hey guys, White Hat Gang back at it again. Today's a Saturday, so we got all hands on deck, getting stuff done. Tyler, this is the Tyler that's helped me build my pro car, my other car, always helping me out. He's actually a professional landscaper, and so he was telling me once, he's like, you know, I set up these lights at a customer's house, and so when I was doing these lights the other day, Tyler's name came to my head. I was like, I can do this, but like, I wonder if Tyler has any better ideas. He came over, he's like, yeah, we should do this and this and this and this. Anyways, that's coming together really well. We're actually gonna do the underground PVC we were talking about. So he had some ideas of how we could make that better. So basically at this point, we are just, we're setting the other 3 posts, and then we're gonna do the underground and the lights and the air and all that stuff. So that's gonna be fun. Then what's nice about that is once that's done, we can push all this dirt back in. We get another 20 feet of driveway back times 100 feet long. So we have room to store more equipment and park stuff, and then start looking at asphalt bids and whatnot. Framing's coming together pretty well. Jesse's gonna be here, and then we're gonna do some framing up there and just work stuff. It's cool. There's a window going in right back there. Looks like a door. Just make that a door. Got that window, a couple more walls. There's the windows for right there. Looks really good. And I gotta go grab the I'm having another Biden moment. What's that called? Dry erase. Gotta go grab the dry erase marker, update the days on that. There's a lot of people on site today. This might change. This might end up being a 0 by the end of the day. We'll see. All right, so we're in the trench, deep in the trenches. We've got our vertical, so this will be where the air comes out. I'll have a little spigot there. We'll paint this black to match that. Goes down, we'll bury that in concrete, and then, oh, I haven't been doing that. That's all right. I haven't been greasing the inside of the pipe. They're all gonna leak. Every one that I did is gonna blow up, but not until after they're buried.
Now it's twist, quarter turn.
That just helps it lock
Set
in there.
Better, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That comes out. Maybe I measured that long.
That'll be all right.
So that'll be cool. We'll get this all buried in. We've got our air line that goes all the way over there. It's gonna go to the shop when we finish digging that out. This is wild. It's like sprinkler work, but for air. I guess if I wanted to, I could put water through it too.
It's all the same. All works the same.
Yeah. That's cool.
So,
oh, and then once we settle that, we'll just put them together. Put a zip tie or a clamp or something, and then, dang, that's cool. I like that. That's really nerdy. I'm really excited about something so stupid.
All in one piece.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. So we got 3 more of those to do. Working along. All right, big shout out to Tyler. He helped me get these all set. We got to level the posts and put concrete in, but Jesus was thinking we should backfill and bury everything right now so that he can get the machine in a little bit easier to dig down there. But we ended up using wire nuts for the connections, and then just put silicone inside of the electrical connections. So Tyler said that's what they do with sprinklers and stuff. That makes it a lot easier than what I was planning on doing. Some really complicated motorsports wiring type stuff. But yeah, we'll just backfill this in, get that all going, and then Jesus is gonna dig that out all the way to the edge of the shop. All right, so this is getting all filled in again. Is it out of gas? So I wired up the opposite side of the lights. We have electrical coming through here, through the junk pile, all the way over to here. Ties into this, which goes there, under my driveway, all the way over to here, right? There's a service loop, comes out of there, and then that's what we wired in all the way down there, okay? That goes all 5 of these lights. So I wired that up and I plugged it in, and the lights aren't coming on now. There's a few factors, a few variables here. One, the lights don't come on when it's light outside. But what I've noticed is when you first connect electricity, they flicker on and then flicker off. So I was using that as my positive identification that they were working, right? Whether there was electrical power to them or not. Also, those extension cords that I have are kind of sketchy. So that's another variable. Or somewhere in everything that is now getting buried, there's an error. I really hope that's not what it is, but kind of based on our time frame, like, we need to fill it in right now. So I don't have time to properly diagnose it. I really hope this one also doesn't come back to bite me. But we need to go buy some more lumber. We need to go get some fuel for the Kubota, and then we'll be back. So now he's making the headers for the doors. These are the expensive LVL pieces. So those are going to go up above the door. This door is going to be 12 feet high. That door is going to be 8 feet high, and we decided to make that one 10 feet high. That's going to save on the cost of doors, because obviously the higher you go, the more door you're buying. So it's going to be expensive anyways, but there's no reason to be more than 10 feet out back here. I can't think of what we would do. They would require me to drive something 10 feet. Remember, I'm not allowed to drive out back. So whatever goes out back can't be higher than 10 feet. So I can't think of anything other than maybe we'll take the Mini X back there to do some work. You know, immediately in the future, I don't know, but there's no reason to have a 12-footer. The 12-footer up there will allow me to bring other stuff in, other equipment and things like that, or like a big trailer, or you know, my camp trailer, whatever. But out back, I mean, there's no way. It's not gonna, nothing's gonna go out back there. So 10 feet should be sufficient. Something else I've learned about construction: when you don't have paper, but you always got a pencil, there's paper everywhere. Every little cutoff of wood is a piece of paper to write your notes on. I love it. That was a shopping list for me. I just took it with me to the store, and I literally like walk in there like, I need some of these and some of those, and yeah. So the lights are all buried. Now it's time to set concrete, but we moved on to something else. So we'll do this in a minute now that they're all backfilled. But look at the level. Jesus took all that and leveled it out. I'm gonna move the truck and then start moving this stuff. Looks really good. We're definitely low right here. Can't really get a view where you can see it well. That's a little bit low. So it's built up right there. We got to kind of build it so it comes from there and doesn't dip right there. Probably have to bring in a little more dirt and gravel and stuff and move it around, but that's gonna be really nice. And then over here is all gonna be landscaped, right? There's no door there, there's no door there. We just got those two spots that are gonna have doors, which is where that's where the driveway lines up to. Right now we're arguing about how tall that door is gonna be versus where the trusses sit, but we don't know because we're waiting on the trusses to see if they're gonna be 3 feet tall, 2.5 feet tall, whatever the truss company calls out. That'll determine where the header's gonna sit, but we're trying to do the headers today, so trying to make some decisions. But it's looking really good. It's crazy how fast stuff comes about when we get to this point in the process. But either way, I'm gonna finish up those lights there. I'm really worried about the electrical. Still don't know what's going on with that, but I'm gonna put the lights on top after the concrete's in and then check the electrical, see if it works. I guess worst case scenario, this dirt's not super compact and hard yet and settled, so if I have to dig them up, I have to dig them up to fix the electrical. We just felt a couple snowflakes fall. There's not a lot of clouds. There's a little bit of clouds, but one of them, I think it was that one, had some snowflakes in it. I was like, no more snow, no snow, no snow. You can go ahead and go to the mountains and start dumping on the ski resorts, but not in the valley here. We don't want to be working in the snow. We got that wall all done. Well, not done, but what we were trying to do. Now we're starting on this one, getting these all up. Jesse's got the nail gun, doing some dangerous stuff. I just whacked my noggin into one of these cross beams. I was just walking like this, and just like out of a cartoon, bam, hit it, because this hat, see how it's bent there? Flat brim you can see. With this one, it blocks my vision right here and right there, so I didn't see it. I'm blaming the hat. So I got to go change the number on the board over there. I think Alton put it up to like 5 or 6 days now we're back to 0 day since the incident. Oh yeah, wide shot, there we go. Have a look at this beautifully graded driveway. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. That's a cool shot right there. Clark came in handy today. Good job, Clark, putting in work. We used a forklift to put the things up there and to work on kind of like a man basket, but no OSHA. That's the basket right there, a pallet. I know you guys have done that. I know everybody in here that's done any sort of real work has used a forklift to lift someone up to do something, change a light bulb in a shop or something like that. I really wanted to get to sheeting, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow. We're going through tons of nails. It's wild. So this is something else. Jesse's been digging this out because we're doing insulation around the bottom. I think I showed this in the last video, but we're doing this insulation all the way around. Boom, 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 boom. We still got to do that whole wall over there. And then this whole floor is going to have a layer of insulation, which we've got right there, leaning up against the jet skis. So it'll be gravel, insulation, rebar, and then concrete. good news. It's dark enough now, the lights came on, so I verified that whatever I did over there that's all buried now, at least one of them's working. I think the second one will kick on in a second when it gets dark enough. Look at this. This is the first snow of the year. It's finally coming down. It's alright, we're still working. The work doesn't stop. Right? The work doesn't stop.
Yep, yep.
Never stop.
Look at the snow.
Yeah.
Snowfall. Snowfall.
Look, I
Look
tried.
at Jesse, look at Jesse.
Look, Jesus left for like an hour and I did something wrong already.
Yeah, God.
So he's got to fix my problems.
Alright, with the tape.
You can't cut the concrete though.
Oh,
That's not the right. It's not the right saw.
That's the tape.
What?
Bro.
What tape? I got 2 tapes over here. All right. Another day, another day. I'm a little bit late to the party. So yesterday we set these posts. I'm gonna finish those. I'm gonna paint them up today, get the lights on them, wired up and all that stuff. That's my goal for today. Looks like these guys are out here already sheeting. So I wanna go check on that process, how that's going. But really cool progress here. The other night we finished sheeting that. This is pretty much all done inside of there. I might need to go get some more lumber today. And then we got Clark on site to do some lifting and whatnot. But there's a couple doors we need to frame out, so we might get to that today. This is the door to the office. We need a door right here to go to the shop, and then directly behind it we need another door back there. So I'm gonna go tell them that before they put that sheet up. Okay. So these vertical pieces are gonna trim out the side here. But what I wondered is how we're gonna deal with this bracket, right? Because the bracket doesn't fit perfectly against the wood, so we have to notch the wood out with these 3 holes. So what he's doing is he takes a measurement, makes a measurement for those 3 bolts, and then basically a Sawzall just to scrub out some of that wood. That's gonna give us about a 1/4 inch or so there. What's interesting is it flares out towards the bottom. So then what I did at the back is I took, I'll show you, but we have some metal self-tappers that I already used for over there. And, well, this one's already done, so I can show you the example over here. So this gets hogged out. See that? And then metal self-tappers, they go into the metal that hold the wood in the bottom. And then it's strong. She's strong. Every time I see a nail on the ground, I just pick it up and put it on the concrete. And then I can find my spare nails. Oh, that's a cool technique. That's really cool because then you can set the depth of the saw, and then that gives you the depth of your cut. And then when the cuts are so close together, you can just go through and knock them out with the Sawzall really easily. Cool techniques. I love learning this stuff. No need for a Sawzall. With the cuts that close, it's just break it up with a hammer. I like it. Dang, it comes off so easy. That's super cool. slide right in there where we need it, at the bottom of that post. All right, these are the metal screws, the wood/metal screws that go in here. In the framing walls, there's these the J-bolts. They're supposed to be, I think, every 24, 16, no, it looks like 24, every 24 inches. So obviously sometimes when you're setting the walls, when you go to set them up, the verticals or the post or whatever's right in the way. So we had to cut some of them off, and we're installing concrete anchors in place of the cut off J-bolts. So I'm kind of going around just getting a rough spacing, seeing where they're missing, where we need to add some. And then some of them are like this, which I'll show you in a second how I'm going to deal with that. But I'm basically going around the whole building, tightening them up, checking what we need, installing anchors and stuff like that. I can see we need one there, stuff like that. So right here, I'm drilling this one in right now. So we got one that's really close over here. So what I'm going to do is get the pry bar in there and force it over a little bit. Just bend it just enough to get our washer. Nope, not quite. Let me show you what I do about this. I need some sort of a vise to hold this so I can cut it. So I'm just going to use this one as a vise. Stupid battery. There's that battery again with the duct tape. Sometimes that's how I feel. Finish this one off by hand. Yep, tight enough. The sheeting's coming along pretty quick. He said he doesn't want to go higher because since there's no trusses right now, there's no bracing against the wind really. So the higher we go, the more wind resistance. If there's a windstorm before the trusses come in a week or two, it could blow the walls down. So just the lower level, that's gonna strengthen the walls quite a bit and make it so it's a shear wall, and that, you know, we can take some bracing off and it should stay pretty well plumb. We had to use that, I think I showed you, we had to use that ratchet strap to tie the wall together. So now that the sheeting's all up, that should take up the tension on this thing. Still got some tension on it. That's the last plate of that kind. for the one that I was doing over there. So I'm waiting until they're done with that so I can pull that off, put it on the last concrete anchor, so that part of things can be done. Where are we at? Yeah, this one here. That's the very last one that I've got. And literally, we bought the perfect amount of those 1/4-inch square plates to bolt this down. We had no idea that it was going to come down to that, but I'm like, I swear there's one more, and sure enough, it was over there. So that's the last of the anchors. We're going to need some more lumber soon, some more sheeting for sure. We can do these outside walls. Things are cruising along really well. Super cool. So this method of basically they pull the wall without a strap. They use a big 2x4, and then this is like a lever, and so he's able to just move it. That's so cool. I love it. They put a level on the wall and then pull it, and then nail that 2x4, and then with some pressure on the 2x4, the nails will hold it in, and they can pull that apart. But basically, that's just like a big handle lever. Super cool. Pull a level, nail it out. I love it. So basically they've just gone through and done that to each of these walls so far. I think back there, this one. And so once that's done, they can put the sheeting on, and then like I said, the sheeting will create a shear that holds everything together with the nails. There's 5 lights. That's absolutely wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is straight up. Like, this is insane. I might have definitely gone overboard with those lights. Alright guys, so aside from having those soccer stadium lights up front, I'm really excited to have the building to the point that it's at. You see all the windows are framed out and the sheeting is mostly up. So the next step is going to be concrete. Trusses are on order. They should be arriving soon. See that white trailer there? We actually built the walls around it accidentally and had to use the forklift to wiggle it out of there. But that's all for this video, so stay tuned. We'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Bye.